Hello and welcome back to Sportsnet. Lakers driven by your Southern California Honda deals. I'm Chris McGee. I got big game James Worthy, big shot Robert Horry. Allie's going to join us in a little bit. Trudell will be handling the duties out there in Chicago. The Lakers lose a tough one. Listen, circumstances regarding tonight's game, not normal for either team. The Bulls had not played in 7 days. They're still missing 5 players. The Lakers missing 7 guys. One of those is AD, who's now out for at least 4 weeks. The other 6, health and safety protocols, including their coach, Frank Vogel. That being said, the effort was there. Chance to win the game was there. But they come up short. They go 1-2 on this road trip. And when you lose, the story has to become what happened down the stretch. Execution-wise, the turnovers, 20 of them for 29 points, and 16 offensive rebounds, James, for the Bulls for 16 second-chance points.
You nailed it. If I don't say anything else, you just nailed it right there, because when you have opportunities to win the game, you have to take care of the little things. And, great defense for 24 seconds only to give up a second and third opportunity. And that alone, like when LeBron blocked that shot and they couldn't recapture that rebound, it's really demoralizing to your defense. You just really have a big letdown. But I thought the fact that they came out with a shortage of players, put Isaiah Thomas in there in the mix, Ariza coming back. I thought they played really well, distributed the ball very well when they needed to. They just came up a little short when they needed to get some rebounds. And you can't give up 16 offensive rebounds. You just can't do that and turn the ball over in critical times down the stretch.
Yeah, you look at this game and you watch the way the Lakers played. They played really good. Mm-hmm. They played very good. Yep. They moved the basketball. They went to some plays that you said, okay, this is what you need to do down the crunch. They went to LeBron in the post, and he was a facilitator from the post. He got some shots there. You didn't knock him down, but you do have to sometimes say, okay, a better team won. I think the way DeMar DeRozan played tonight, 38 points. 38 points, Geeter. Hey, I want to tell all these people who are into analytics, 38 points, how many threes he shoot? 0. And so this is my whole point about analytical and shooting threes. It ain't about shooting threes, it's about getting buckets. Yeah. And that's what DeMar DeRozan was doing down the stretch, getting buckets for the Lakers, and they found no way to stop him. I figured we were going to double team him, get it out of his hand, make somebody score, but, they played good, but just a little bit too much DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan, guys, 38 points. That's what he now basically averages against the Lakers in his 2 games. 19 of those were in the fourth. But, James, the big difference. He got to the free throw line 17 times. He made 16 of them.
Old school basketball, Geeter. Rob just said it. He knows what his specialty is, and he's known that from the beginning. So when you have a formula that works, you're not trying to add no 3 points. You're not trying to add a 3-point shot. You're not trying to, enhance your game more than what it needs to. And he's been able to be steady, consistent, and just a dagger in the heart down the stretch when needed. So, but I thought the Lakers overall, this is one of the better games of the season, as far as I'm concerned. They just, they'll look at it and figure out how to, get offensive rebounds, not give up offensive rebounds. And when they play good 24-second defense, you got to get that ball. They're just a little short. I was very, satisfied with what I saw.
DeMar DeRozan was a name that was being floated around in the summer to join the Los Angeles Lakers. And I think he kind of flew under the radar with all the names going around in free agency and sign-in trades and who the Lakers were going to possibly trade for. I'm not going to say he was wasting away in San Antonio. He was playing hard, and Rob can say that. They're barely a playoff team if they weren't last year, the year before, barely. But he's showing everyone. Not only is he a great fit in Chicago with what they have going on there, but he's got a lot left in the tank. He's proven that in a big-time way.
California guy, you would hope that he would come back to Cali to play. But if you watch DeMar DeRozan through the years, he's been this type of player throughout his career. Very consistent. The flack on him was he doesn't shoot threes. And I was like, why? He's averaging 20-plus points a game. And this is what you show you guys who just know how to flat-out score. When you watch him play, he puts me in the mind of Mitch Richmond, who used to be that bully type of guy who could just score on you any wheel and just play hard. You know, in San Antonio, he was in a situation where they were rebuilding young, you know, and then you had a guy to leave because of his, you know, issues with his chest and his heart, meaning DA. So you gotta find a way to stop this guy, because this guy is incredible, man. And I wish we'd had a chance to get him on this team, because he can flat out play.
He's a true closer. When you think about closers in this league, we think about, you know, LeBron's a closer, Steph Curry's a closer. DeRozan's a closer, and we saw that tonight. If you don't double team him, and I mean, Geeter, they had their hands right on his face, but he was able to elevate. He's got a pure jump shot, and, you know, when he gets in that 15 to 10-foot range, it's lights out if you don't go double team him quickly.
Yeah, DeMar DeRozan got it done tonight, and the Chicago Bulls, the season sweep of the Lakers. All right, well, let's get you to the highlights. We take you out to Chicago media.
Coach, just wondered your kind of bigger picture takeaways from the game, and it seemed like it really competed hard, and how tough it was to end up losing in that fashion.
Yeah, I mean, we came into it understanding these are not normal circumstances, and everybody wrapped their mind around that coming into the game. You had a backup coach. We had a G League guy out there, a couple G League guys playing for us. But, you know, the thing about this team's character is that it's a next man up mentality, and they really brought the effort and the collective team energy.
What did you see in the fourth quarter with DeRozan? What were you trying to do with him?
We tried to trap him, get the ball out of his hands for a while. He did a good job of getting off of it to Vucevic, creating some situations there. Last 2 minutes, we ended up bringing in our defensive lineup. We did some switching. In both groups, what really hurt us was the offensive rebounding. You know, not coming up with that defensive rebound when we needed it was really killer.
Were you looking for what were you looking for in terms of foul-wise when up one with the 16 seconds?
Well, them up one, as I looked at the clock, I'm looking at that gray area of time, right? Like, do I have enough time to get a shot on the back end of this if they run it all the way down? Or do I just take the foul now and live with if he makes both or misses one? And now we got a lot more time to execute on the back end. It ended up, obviously, he made both of them, but we still got two really great looks from three to tie the game. Guys executed down the stretch, and, you know, they just didn't fall. But, you know, as a coach, you always kick yourself. Should I, should not? But it's that 5 seconds, you know, the way we was rebounding. What if we let them run it out and now they get another tip-out, game over? I don't know. That's all hypothetical. It didn't work out. That's what happened.
Is preceding the two looks from Melo and Wayne from three, there was the Russ ISO on Vucevic and the left-handed layup attempt. What do you make of that possession?
You know, once we saw with Russ, they switched Vucevic on the Russ. Because I was sitting there, I was going to maybe call a timeout, just depending on what transpired. And when I saw Russ on Vucevic, I said, this is probably going to be as good as it gets at the rim. And he really did a nice job of attacking. Got to his left hand on the other side of the rim, and it just didn't fall through. But, you know, at that point, you know, again, that's one of those, you know, you as a coach, you say, do I call a timeout and maybe not get as good a shot as I would get or get that matchup, you know, as I would just letting it flow. You know, a lot of times, too, you know, you call a timeout and they can get the best defensive players on the floor. They start switching everything. You know, a lot of stuff goes through your head at that point. I like the look. I'll take Russ against their five, against Vuce. They won that battle.
Dan?
Biz, I don't know how much of this you can take moving forward, just because who knows what'll be on the court on Tuesday, too. But as this team moves forward without AD, did you see things in the second quarter and then in the third quarter, offensively, defensively, that maybe could be sustainable for stretches?
Yeah, because I think what the team really wrapped their mind around was how much we need to move the ball to be a good rhythm offensive basketball team. Because you don't have AD to book